Hello, everyone. My name is Fred. I'm the CTO and co-founder of Alpic, the MCP hosting company. Today, I'd like to share some news with you on WebMCP. WebMCP is a protocol built on top of MCP, aiming at providing tools to browsing agents that use Navigator, like Chrome, to navigate websites made for humans. WebMCP powers those agents, those browser agents, with tools that are much easier to comprehend and use for agents than with the traditional UI that you see on the website. Inside a website made for human, you can package WebMCP to provide those tools in case an agent is visiting the same website. One cool thing I thought about when first looking at WebMCP was how to leverage existing infrastructure and existing applications that people have built over the past few months. And that's how I came up with WebMCP Proxy. WebMCP Proxy is a way to easily package your existing MCP server with all its tools inside your website as a new discovery mechanism for browsing agents that ends up on your website in order to help them do all the actions that your MCP server already empowers generalistic agents to do, while still being able to discover them through navigation using traditional browser. With WebMCP, for example, if your app is built in React, you just have to add a specific tag, a specific React component that provides the URL of your existing MCP server. And just like this, the MCP server will be connected to when somebody is loading your website. And the model context API of this new API provided by WebMCP will be used to provision tools that are existing on your server to the browsing agent that is visiting your website. In order to show you better what can be done, I prepared a little demo that's part of the WebMCP Proxy project. This demo is currently running in Chrome Canary. At the moment, the model context API available on browser is not available on a general Chrome version, but only in Chrome Canary version, so that developers can have a first look at the API and make comments before it reaches general availability. This Chrome Canary version of my browser is reaching the demo app on localhost 5173. And this demo app is just a simple input that allows me to connect to any MCP server. So I'm going to connect to the MCP server of kiwi.com, famous browsing flight finding website. And when clicking on connect, it just renders the WebMCP proxy component I shared with you earlier with the corresponding MCP server URL. I'm also adding into my Chrome Canary version a dedicated extension that has been developed by developer at Chrome, the Model Context Tool Inspector, which is basically a debug tool for Chrome to inspect how the context of the Model Context API has been provisioned with additional tools from the website. So when connecting to Kiwi, you can see that the inspector is reflecting the fact that there are two tools provided by the server and registered on Model Context API inside the browser for any browsing agents to consume. One tool, which is called Search Flight, and one feedback to devs. And if I give a simple query as if I was a browsing agent reaching this website, I will have the browsing agent making the decision to call the tool Searchlight to find best matching prices for specific dates, origin and destination, and come up with a response from the Gemini API, which is the one I'm using for the purpose of this demonstration, which is the agent, the browsing agent packaged into the Model Context Tool Inspector, in order to get all the flights available that have been returned by the tool call. So my inference has been completed. I have a list of the various flights that I can use. And if I go on any of those one, I believe I will be able to actually reach Kiwi.com website with a flight from London to Paris, which was my initial query. That's all for me today. Thank you for your attention. I hope you can play around with WebMCP Proxy and use it to power your website for browsing agents that are going to discover and crawl it with tools available in your MCP server. Don't hesitate to give me feedbacks, open peer, open issue if you find any problems with it. And I hope to see you again very soon. Bye-bye.